So we're going to do multiplying polynomials again. We're also going to learn a new thing that is not super involved at the end. But we're going to basically go over all this multiplying stuff. So let's go ahead and just start with stuff that's not new. And just do the distributive property here. This is basically a monomial times a trinomial. We don't have to draw the FOIL box for this. This is just the regular old-fashioned distributive property. You just got to be careful about each little element of it. And remember that x is to the first power. They just don't put the 1. Okay. I just want to make sure we're getting our exponents right. Basically, last chapter, chapter 6, was all about exponents, and chapter 4, or x, was all about radicals. But really, chapter 6 in your book kind of covers both. What is this? 24? X to the... Yep, 1, 1. And this one would be 32 again. And I just write that x. Okay. Really doesn't get harder than that. Not really. Okay, so then we need to go over this kind of multiplication. And I'm going to show you different ways today. I showed you one way yesterday. Is just to not, there's so many different ways to teach this, there's so many ways to do this. They all take a lot of writing, and so you're not getting out of writing. But I'm going to show you the way we did it yesterday, and I'm going to show you a different way that some people do this. Okay, so here's the way we did yesterday. See if you can set that up. Okay, and I prefer this way just because you don't have to memorize anything ever. You just draw a box and do a times table, basically. But I'm going to show you the other way to do it, or a other way. There's actually probably about 6 different ways. Some of them take a lot of writing. These are like terms, which means I need to add them. Alright, everybody's different, so we need to have different ways to do things. And so some people like to use the, what is that, an acronym? Is that what they call that? Where you have a word that stands for other stuff? So, FOIL, and if you Google FOIL, you can have a million different goofy things. Some good stuff, some over-explanation, some songs, some goofy things people have done. So make sure you put, well, FOIL mathematics or multiplying polynomials FOIL. So it stands for first, outer, inner, last. And this is what I mean by that. First, you multiply these together. Okay, I'm still doing the same amount of work. I'm just kind of doing it differently. Why did I get 16 here? And why didn't you stop me? You should have stopped me. That's clearly an 8. So it's a good thing I'm checking my work. This is the first problem I did today. that took any effort. And so I messed it all up because apparently I want to do easy things wrong. So this would be 8x squared. Outer. These are the outer guys. So like bookends. These are the outside of the book. So 4x times 7 equals 28x. Okay, at least I did that right. All right, inner. These guys are the inners. They're inside the two things. So you multiply those together. So that's 6 times 2. I'm writing answers instead of doing the work. Last. All right, last is probably the ones we hadn't done yet, which would be, these are the last, I think. Right here. That's last and that, and that's last and that. Okay? Okay, so we're going to get the same thing, aren't we? We're still going to get the 8x squared, the 28x, the 12x, the 42. And then we're still going to get the same thing when we combine like terms. Okay, this is how some people do it. This is how it used to always be taught. When they kind of came up with this, and actually they got this from other countries. When they came up with that, I was like, I never want to do this again, because I don't have to remember anything with this. But if you like this, and if you like drawing arrows like that, that's fine. Here's the problem, and so you can show me however you want to do it. Here's the problem, is we're not just going to have to do binomial times binomial. We're going to have to do a binomial times a trinomial. Okay, and we would have to come up with another acronym. So basically what you'd have to do is you'd have to do this number times this, times this, times this, and this number times this, times this, times this. Right? That's how distributive property works. So you can do it however you want to, so you can list it out like this. What I like to do is go, okay, I have 2 and I have 3. So I'm going to draw a box. And I'm going to put my x plus 6 on top. And I'm going to put my x squared, my 3x, and 5. So however you want to do it, you get it done, and let's see if we can get it done. Does everybody see how I did the 2 by 3 box? Is this box method going to work for any size of stuff? If I did 5 terms times 10 terms, could I do that with a box? I would just need 5 boxes here and 10 boxes down. How long would that take? If I had 5 terms times 10 terms. Would that take a really, really long time? Probably take, half the class. It wouldn't be very much fun. So we're probably not going to get that big. We're probably going to do this big. What is x squared times x? Is that x to the third? It is. Because remember that has a 1, so 2 plus 1 is 3. All right. Did I get all my numbers done? Let's see if there's any like terms. It looks like these guys are like terms. X squared, those are like. 5x, 18x. Let's see if this shows up on camera. Those are like. Well, it kind of ruins it when I did that, didn't it? I'll just change the color a little bit. Maybe it shows up now. Probably shows up better in high def anyways. All right, so let's write down this answer. We got x to the third plus 3 plus 6. When we combine like terms, we're adding. So you got to remember that. 5 plus 18 and 30. That's my answer. Okay, can we handle this? All right.